At the end of the last video on subdividing, we ended up with something which looks a bit like this. And we did this by taking a cube and using the subdivide option over here to divide the cube up over and over and over and over again, and then we had more and more of these vertices and faces and edges that we could play with. Now the only trouble with that is that by doing that, every single one of these cubes is taking up processing power. And what you want to do with your models is get them to a reasonable level, so they've got a reasonable number of polygons, but not wasted polygons. So we're going to look at an alternative to doing this. So I'm just going to start a new file. So File, New in Blender, reload the startup file, get back to our cube. And as usual, because I'm going to change the actual model of the object, I'm going to change its shape. I'm going to come out of object mode and I'm going to go to edit mode so I can select things. And then I'm going to press A to deselect, and coming back to our tools menu, so just the same so far as we did when we subdivided, but instead of subdivide we're going to go down one to loop, edge and slide. And you'll see once I've got that, you can come in here and you can, and it will automatically, it will by default, it will put the division halfway along any edge that you run it along. And then you press the left button once, and then you can move that back and forth. So let's do that again. So I'm in edit mode, tools, cut, loop, cut and slide. I'm going to select, just going to hover the mouse over this edge, left click, and once more, cut, loop, cut and slide. So click once, and then if I wanted to, I could come around to this side just to make it a bit easier to see, do it again. And you'll notice that when it puts them in halfway between the two existing vertices. So, got that in now. And then that means if I come in over here and I just select this vertice, I can pull it up similar to what I was doing on the model that we started with that had all the subdivisions in it, but you can see it's got far fewer polygons and we get the same result. So that's an alternative to subdividing the entire object. You can use loop, cut and slide to define the area that you just want to play with, that you just want to manipulate.